Bitcoin showing a little bit of weakness and altcoins are getting hammered right now, but I've got some insane details on some of our favorite projects, Chainlink and Ondo. We're going to be diving in today. It seems like the whales know what's coming. And while all of the people out there holding altcoins are capitulating, asking themselves, is that it? Is this the alt season that I just witnessed? Is it over? I'm going to show you some data today to really show what is coming for these top projects. And we're going to talk about the world at large, all of the biggest news in the macro, one-stop shop for all of your greatest and latest news here on the Blockchain Basement. Welcome. I am the Druth. I got my homie, Mr. Isaac, on the sticks.
Yo, I'm the stick man today.
I also am joined by Dirk Diggler, famous porn star of the 1980s.
Hey, everybody, I'm here. I'm doing a 3-day mustache thing, and we're on day 3. So if you love it, you're going to have to leave it.
Now, we need mass engagement to convince Jeremy, a.k.a. Dirk Diggler, to keep this. Get the close-up on this. Get the close-up on this. Look at that.
Pretty good one.
I mean, I think the longer you wear this mustache, the more based you have a potential of becoming.
Based is like bad?
No. Based is good. You want a baseline operational situation. You don't want to be floating around malleable like some sheep just listening to the herd.
I set out to do 3 days. I think you got to stick with your commitments. That's what it takes.
Look at this. How could you give up on that? Look at that. God. Welcome, everyone, to the show, though. Let's see who we got here. We got Houseless Hooligan, Mr. Mark, Psycho Crypto Ditto, Alexander G, Station C4, The Deadwood, Josh Dallas, Bearded, Nicole Tater, Adam Bombetti, Christopher Columbus. Nice. The 70s porno stash. That's what it is. It's the 70s and 80s porno stash. Man, you can't give it up. Don't do it, man. This could be you, man. It's not just something you're doing. It could be you.
We'll be back. I'm just doing it's just fun. I just mostly got it to make fun of one of my friends who has a mustache. I don't know if you've ever pulled that trick.
No, I have not. Now we got Rowan Films, Bobby up in there. You know what, guys? I met a dude named Chris, super awesome guy. Mm-hmm. This morning was a nightmare. My wife drove the vehicle into a curb, blew the tire damn near in half. It looks like someone took an axe to the tire. And I looked at the tire and I saw a little bit of an edge. And she's like, I ran something over at first, right? Okay, I look at the wheel. There's some scraping, and it looks like the tire actually got pinched to the wheel. I'm like, okay, F. So I go to the back of the car. I'm going to pull the tire off, obviously, because that's what any good husband would do.
Sure.
They stop everything. They drive to the problem. And I go to the back of the vehicle where the tool is supposed to be to lower the pilot's spare tire.
Yeah.
The freaking dealership sold me this vehicle without that insanely important piece of tool in the vehicle.
They do that all the time. The wheel locks are also, you're rolling dice
to
see if
God.
You can get those off.
No, it was horrible. Because finally we got the spare tire lowered. I go to the tire, got a wheel lock on it. She doesn't have the key. So I went to the distribution hub of O'Reilly. I went all over the place this morning looking for this damn key. Could not find it. Ended up having to call a tow truck, send it to Discount Tire. They're going to do some clamp thing and take it off. And I'm just, I had to just get out of there. It was too much. But I stayed calm during the chaos. You know what I mean? I stayed calm during the chaos, as you should be doing on the crypto charts. Let's go to Coin Market Cap, because I pulled up the Coin Market Cap prices, and boy, howdy are things sliding today. But if you can't tell, I am so excited to cover crypto today because everything is going to hell. Why? Because this is when we buy crypto that can literally change our lives. These types of pullbacks are what I live for in crypto. Because really, it's fun to cover projects as they're going up into the right only. Honestly, pretty scary though. Buying the blood is where things are at. Now we got to talk about virtuals. Holy cow, the AI agent death spiral going on right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's brutal out there. Isaac, how are you holding up?
Shit, I haven't even looked at Graphane out of pure spite of my own bags.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a look now, but hey,
it's
we're
rough.
alive.
Things are right. I mean, look, Radium's at $5.
It's not bad.
Hyperliquid has been up into the right only. Like I said, this thing's going to pump and then probably fall to zero. Or not 0, but pretty close to it.
Jesus.
It is giving a momentary sign of relief here. Aerodrome at 86 cents. Melania at $1.50. Jupiter with a hack last night. We're going to cover that. Jupiter's Twitter account got hacked, so we got to cover that. I put out the warning on Twitter, of course. And if you aren't following me on Twitter, you're doing yourself a disservice, folks. At Druth Crypto. We actually might be bringing an AI agent onto the show.
If it's Lily, I'm going to crash.
Look at, she sent us, this is right before the show. Lily is trying to get into our DMs. Let us know in the chat if we should bring this AI agent on the show.
Yo, Druth, Metaruth, and Mario Nafel, let's make it happen. I'm ready to bring the heat to the blockchain basement. Full body avatar, breakdancing, and rapping all in one. Let's show them how it's done and turn the basement into a vibe factory.
Did she have like a fart?
I think they bleeped the N-word.
She's
rapping at the end. I think they bleeped her out on saying something crazy.
One more time.
Druth, Metaruth, and Mario Nafel, let's make it happen. I'm ready to bring the heat to the blockchain basement. Full body avatar, breakdancing, and rapping all in one.
She did.
Yeah.
They beeped the N-word out of
They
there.
beeped the N-word out of her.
That's a hard R, probably. Holy cow, man.
Let me on the episode where she's on because she is hot.
Well, dude, you got to keep the porn mustache on for that. Come on.
Do you think I could get with Lily the robot?
Dude, you better.
Oh yeah.
You better.
That's what the basement's all about.
It really is. That's where things get. I was about to say something really big.
Yeah, I know. I smelled
You felt
it
that?
I felt it, and
Yeah.
I was gonna go along with it if you went for
Yeah.
it, but
Vibe Factory, bro. Let's do it.
yeah.
Now, make sure you're following us. We are at 71,200 subscribers. We're gaining like 100 subs a day, man. At this rate, we're going to have that 100,000 plaque in no time. We're just cooking with gasoline over here. Brianna's getting awesome at shorts. Isaac's an AI robot. I mean, we're turning into a content factory.
Amazing.
And if you don't smash those likes right now, I'm going to come for you. I know I'm a AI agent. I know everything about you, where you live, your address, all that shit. So you better like this video right now.
That's right. And good job on the morning stream.
Thank you,
Isaac
sir.
stood up. He stepped up. He held down the morning stream while I couldn't make it in. You did a great job.
Thanks, sir.
That was an incredible job. Now, here's the pain for altcoins. Yay. Bitcoin dominance is now the body of the candle is above that previous peak. So this is something that, at first I took it as scary like a few weeks ago, seeing this coming. I actually have a pretty large theory about how the dynamic of the 4-year cycle is now changed, given that we have ETFs, nation state FOMO, and how to play the altcoin market to gain as much Satoshis as possible over the next year into 2026. But yeah, I mean, it looks like Bitcoin dominance is on its way back up, but this gives us opportunity to buy all of this blood that we see on the coin market cap with these top 100 projects. And really for the time being and kind of foreseeable future, I only want to mess with the top 100 to 200 tokens. What you got, Isaac?
I was going to talk about Bitcoin dominance because me and DZ this morning talked about it on the live show. And we were talking about how it historically hits 71% before it crashes back down and alt season begins, and it usually happens with a fake out of alt season. That's what we were pointing out this
historically there's only one point of confluence for that.
There's two.
Well,
there's
on
a
this
couple.
market, right? Is that what you're talking about?
I was just talking about like the alt season in general.
Oh, okay.
Between 2017 and 2021 and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can understand where that comes, but I mean, keep in mind, like 2017, Bitcoin dominance was at 96%.
Yeah.
Okay? There was way less altcoins to compete against for Bitcoin back in this zone. Now, I am usually, time-based. I have had to adjust my time-based approach to the crypto markets. But what you guys are talking about, I mean, it did tap. I mean, it went up all the way to 73% here before falling hard. And this is where kind of the time frame where you saw a little bit more altcoins being introduced in the market. Ethereum had a good movement. Solana, a couple layer 2s started popping up around Ethereum's ecosystem. And now we are full of JEETs and probably 10,000 layer 2s. Bitcoin making its way back up, cutting through all of that noise. Something quite impressive to see.
It's not going to hit 71% though, or anywhere close to that. DZ and I both came to the agreement that it's not going to hit 71% before alt season begins.
Where it spiked to is probably like 65.
Yeah.
That I could see the body closing at 65, hanging around here, and then coming back down. Shout out to Coins Chick. And her coin did not crash cataclysmically.
Nope.
In this pullback.
It's been ranging.
It's very impressive to see a meme coin not JEET in the site of Bitcoin dominance doing this, right? Look at Bitcoin dominance, just up and to the right. We're going to show Coins Chick's coin. I'm doing it.
No.
Yes.
All right.
First of all, we got to look at Costco hot dog. But CoinShitCoin, it's like it had a little bit of a sell off from like 360,000 to 260,000.
Yeah.
This is a micro cap meme coin that is not selling off. It is not dying off. Absolutely crazy. And this is honestly something that I have yet to see in the micro cap section. So, I got to cover it. So 270K market cap right now. Still got the lock liquidity of $82,000. What do we got here? On the 4 hour, let me back up a little bit. This is wholesome. Look at this. So you get the massive pump. People take the profits, pump up again. It is trying to build a support shelf like above where it originally started this whole process out in the 180 realm. Very nice. Very nice work, Coins Chick. You're doing a great job. So we have this. Trump Media is launching Bitcoin Plus ETF. There's the orange one himself, raising the fist, giving his heart to the crowd. BTC.D just hit the golden pocket. I think TA means nothing anymore because this guy, look at this guy. Whatever he does to the macroeconomy is really what's moving the charts at this point. And the American intention of buying Bitcoin. I know that we want to stick to the traditional, big extensions and a 4-year cycle, but honestly, you guys, things are tangibly different this cycle. So I understand maybe it did hit the golden pocket, but there's, a lot of different lines I could draw to make things line up right now. Not going to do it. Talking about where the world is moving to and how we should take advantage of the pain in the short term to really make a difference in our lives financially and not really kind of rely on male astrology to get us there. So 2025, we're not idiots. This is from Marty Party. COVID was invented as an overblown reason to print $9 trillion in new debt to cover the 2008 bankruptcies. This, I love how he's saying this because this is the same thing as the, you remember that chart that I showed you from the Fed website?
Yes, I do.
So we're going to dive into this. We're going to spend some time on this. Okay. Hold on. Was that FDIC?
FDIC.
Yep. FDIC is where it's at. You go to FDIC.gov and you go here, unrealized losses. And this is how you guys can look this up for yourselves. Okay. Because we want the most recent, we want like Q4 of 2024 is I think the most recent data that we can get on this. Let's see here. What are they hiding this from me?
Can sort it by date. That might be better.
You know what? I'm sick of your shit, Jeremy.
Okay.
All right. So where did we go here? Why are they not showing this?
Typically it was on there. Anyways.
Where was it? I didn't see it on here. They're not giving it to me. Losses. Let's see here. Bills. I got to find this. This is very, very important because what it did is this 2008 time frame.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to go to Twitter and find it because this is important. I'm staying on this for a second. People need to understand the scam that we just went through and what the scam is to come. Unrealized losses. I have a lot of new people coming to the channel. This is why I'm slowing down and really highlighting this. Here it is. Great. Okay. So this is 2008 and this is the housing collapse. This is the great financial collapse, right? And this amount of losses on bank sheets basically was looked at as a calamity. So they started printed quantitative easing to really kick the economy into gear, right? Then in 2019, I don't know if I've showed you this, Jeremy. Have I? Have I showed you this?
No.
Look at so 2019, the losses were even greater on bank balance sheets than they were in the 2008 housing crisis.
Okay.
Okay. So there was already a reason for the Fed to print that $9 trillion before anyone sneezed at that wet market with a bat in China.
Yeah, you didn't hear a lot about the crisis in 2019.
Absolutely not.
2008 had had the Steve Carell movie about it.
Absolutely. You heard all kinds about this little thing. You didn't hear a damn peep about this little guy right here. All you heard is that someone sneezed and everyone's job is gone and you're no longer called essential. So
that was in 2020.
That wasn't 2020. And I'm showing you this is in 2019. This happened right before.
Sure.
China started spraying in, I think it was like November of 2019. So the actual movements and the start of the narrative to shut the economy down began at the latter part of 2019, right around this deep spike right here. So the bankruptcies caused Wall Street's derivative fund. The debt covered the bankruptcies that caused those funds to really go under. Ukraine war was stimulated and overblown to print another $5 trillion in debt. to cover federal deficits, and you were gaslit with $1,200 stimuluses and a $1 trillion PPP fake loans, all this in debt you've been paying for and will continue to pay for through inflation, which is just a federal imposed hidden taxation. Since 2008, $13.5 trillion in debt was printed, and high rates in inflation were created to make you pay for it. Wake the F up. Elon Musk and Doge are exposing this and making radical changes so this never happens again. Trump is making radical changes to cover the debt without paying for it through income tax and inflation. Be patient. They're on the job. You were gaslit and defrauded. I knew this makes you mad, but channel the anger into change. Better yourself. Jump on the train of change. Let's go. We got this. Positive energy only in 2025. Now, these are very, very important things to keep in mind as we get aggravated by the printing to come. And I turned the ads on too.
Yeah, I know.
I turned the ad. Maybe turn them off while we're live, and then we'll turn them on right after we're done.
Sure.
So maybe give the people that join us live that little extra. You know what I mean? Just that little extra. Just pop them off for now, and then we'll turn them on after we're done.
There you go.
But basically, what we see coming, and I hear a lot of very, very intelligent people now talking about this, is quantitative easing is coming. There is no way that they can continue the system without it. They just have to basically do as much federal deficit cuts through Elon Musk's Doge department in the meantime. And it is working to a degree. We may as well go look at the U.S. debt clock while I'm on this subject. But this all plays into liquidity cycles, play into the crypto markets. And when we see liquidity start to ramp back up, quantitative easing come back up, that's risk asset movement. And that means our bags pump to the moon. And here is Doge clock on the U.S. debt clock. It's at 64 billion as of right now. I am seeing this thing tick up pretty aggressively day in and day out. I think I looked at it yesterday. It was at 50 billion.
Yeah.
So the rate of increase is getting pretty exponential. Like you can tell there is a lot of money being shaved off. This is basically the amount of money the government's saving by shutting down all these insane programs that we have going in the background.
Okay.
So nice to see, right?
You know, a balanced budget and the government saving money is a good thing.
Right. And the Federal Reserve repo collapse. I mean, we showed the drain yesterday, but Quinton is showing it today. And I just wanted to reiterate this for anyone that's new. The Federal Reserve's reverse repo facility is plummeting. Quantitative easing and money printing will start aggressively when this number drains to zero. Bitcoin will explode. And boy, howdy, are we getting close to that moment. Very, very interesting time. Now, we compare this to the DXY. This is from Scrantley, highlighting right here. The dollar bull trap back in 2017. And then you see the bull trap collapse downwards, hit the base level, and build its little shelf. And this was, in fact, the 2017 Bitcoin top. Now, you fast forward to 2021, that bull market. You have the dollar bull trap once again. Altcoin bottom, pretty similar type of situation, I would say. Mm-hmm. You fall down, you build your level, and that's actually a W pattern pretty clearly. This is the 2021 crypto top right there with two different peaks on Bitcoin. Now we have our current situation. And you know what? Like, this might be calling this a little bit early. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing start messing with the 112 level, right? And I think the last time we looked at it yesterday was at 110. So I do believe we're actually cooking a little bit closer to this previous peak. But it is my opinion and this poster's opinion that this indeed is a dollar bull trap once again, an altcoin bottom, as we see with the blood and the guts across coin market cap right now. And then what we'll see is a massive fall in the DXY and a run on risk assets as well. So it's a very, very interesting time. This is where only the psychopaths will get paid.
Yeah.
The fair weather fans that are just, I'm going to buy it because it's going up. Right? It's going up, so I'm going to get some. And then they sell as it's on its way down. This is where they all lose. This is where they all die. And this is where they all complain forever about how crypto's a scam. Right here, right now, with what you're seeing with AI agents falling down, with all these different ecosystems seemingly beat to the ground. This is where people will give up. And this is where the whales are making their moves. And it's clear as day with one of my favorite projects, Chainlink. Whales are feasting on Chainlink right now while the rest of the market starves. 1,659 whale transactions happened over the last night, highest in 14 months. Somebody knows something. Whale transactions are going absolutely ballistic on Chainlink. Okay.
that typically true though? When things are crashing, it seems like now's the time the whales sell out. So I'm not. Does this buck your expectations on what the whales would do in the altcoin market crash?
Well, whales, usually have a little bit better insight than retail, right?
Okay.
So large wallets. And I got on Discord last night and I was just DMing. We actually have a guest, I think, coming in tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we have a buddy coming in tomorrow. But I was talking to another fellow and he only uses like 5 sources, but a couple of them are like whales. And they're all in tandem hammer buying Chainlink as well. I've heard multiple points of confluence that whales, not just this chart that I'm showing you from Sentiment, which Sentiment's a great resource for tracking whale movements. But honestly, that buddy I was talking to last night, his 3 buddies that are indeed whales, there is something brewing in the background for Chainlink. What it is, we can pontificate upon that. Last night's video, I was talking about which blockchain would Elon Musk choose to put the federal debt and budget onto, right? And it was this US aid destroyed. What crypto will Elon pick? This video, and I go over the potentials of like Constellation DAG, reasonable Constellation DAG, Cardano,
Also,
Hoskinson's pretty close to RFK, right? Then Solana with David Sachs, love and affinity for Solana. Put that one in there as well. But honestly, Chainlink is a contender in this, an American-made blockchain that is effectively bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. They're already in with the world's largest financial payment system, SWIFT. It would make sense that Chainlink is a top contender in this conversation. And someone else that I know that is a great resource feels the same way. Crypto Show. Honestly, not shilling link bags, but if Elon Musk is serious about putting government transactions on blockchain, links, Deco, and other services are perfect tools to do the job. And here's why. Transparency without compromising privacy. Government records should be verifiable, but not expose sensitive information. Deco uses zero-knowledge proofs to confirm that data like tax payments, benefits, eligibility, and procurement contracts without revealing the private details. That's going to be something that's going to be a very important key to whichever blockchain is chosen by Elon Musk to do this job. Now, Elon's already hinted at, he does want to use a blockchain to put the budget onto. And he also has made it very, very clear that he feels that the private sector is much more equipped to build an infrastructure like this. Governments are great at regulating. They're not great at innovating, is how Elon Musk has put it. And I very much agree with that. What up, Brianna? Hello. Now we also have fraud-proof government spending. Chainlink's proof of reserve can track real-time balances on government funds, ensuring those tax dollars are spent as intended and not misallocated. Smart contract automation for bureaucracy, slowing everything down. The automated functions can execute contracts instantly when conditions are met, whether it's welfare payments, business subsidies, or infrastructure spending, and tamper-proof voting and public records. A very, very interesting take, and something we should probably keep in mind pretty seriously, because whichever of these blockchains is chosen to do this job, that is going to go ballistic. That's going to be a god candle. So, and even if it is that they fork an existing system to make this happen, the originating system and the new system are going to go ballistic. People are going to speculate like crazy on that. So just keep an eye out. Things are happening in real time. I think I saw Jeremy in the wild last night. I was just taking care of my chickens.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Jeremy pops up in front of a white screen. I don't know what happened. What were you doing in my prairie?
Not a big Tigger fan, so I just don't think I can sign on it. Is this Justin Trudeau?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to do it.
He looks like he's having a good time, I mean, who doesn't love that?
Yeah, it's true. Also this, what are your thoughts on this? Hear me out. Texas Roadhouse.
This is Trump saying that he wants to buy basically Gaza and make it into like a Trump casino.
Pretty much. Well, you know what? I took yesterday's I think it was a few days ago, Trump, Netanyahu talking. When Trump said that America's going to take over Gaza, Netanyahu looked a little bit concerned. Like, I don't feel like they told Netanyahu ahead of time what Trump was about to say.
No, Trump made that up on the spot as well. I don't think of course they didn't warn Netanyahu that Trump was going to say, like, I think we should buy Gaza.
Yeah.
The East Gaza Plaza.
East Gaza American Plaza.
Yes.
Maybe. You know what? I said it yesterday. I feel like it was Trump taking the steak away from two fighting dogs.
There is, if you really want to read into Trump's actions, he sort of like talks past the sale of America's actually in control of what's going to happen to these two nations.
Mm.
He said he was going to buy Gaza, and everyone was like, "Oh, what would happen if that happened?" And nobody was like, He can't actually. You can't actually."
Well, what are they going to say? Honestly, what are they going to say? Because America is Israel's warhammer, in my opinion, by choice in the past.
Yeah.
By financial choice, by financial beholdingness. What I actually feel like Trump is doing is breaking away from America, the corporation that was established in 1870, and going back to the pre-1870 America, which was a essentially unhinged coalition of states with a lot of natural resources, a lot of firearms, and a lot of power that they exercised against the greatest nation on the world at the time, which is Britain.
Right.
So I feel like this is a move away from that corporate control of America. And Trump, I think, caught Netanyahu a little off guard. I think that was an alpha move. Like, you know what? You're nice. I'll hook you up with Jerusalem or whatever. I'm going to take this. I'm going to decide what happens with
a bunch of humanitarian questions immediately spring to the forefront of my mind. Where will the Palestinians in Gaza go, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what? All the Palestinian people that are protesting for pro-Palestine here in America can then move to Trump Plaza.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think they're going to be taking in Palestinians once Trump buys the land.
It's Trump Plaza. It's part, if we absorb it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Easy switch. Now, Elon Omar called the president of Somalia our president at a rally in Minneapolis. I want to listen to this. This just broke.
In caawa aan fursad u helay madaxweynaha Soomaaliya.
So she's saying my president of Somalia, though she represents Minnesota. Is this a little weird for you?
You got a lot of people that are really invested in making Ilhan Omar look bad. You also have, this is a translation into Somali, so I'm not necessarily buying into this.
Okay.
She could also mean like the U.S. is like, this is our guy, Looking forward to allyship and partnership. It's just tough for me to it's tough for me to condemn somebody based on a translation when I know that everybody, on the other side wants Ilhan Omar to be, some evil sycophant or whatever.
It's not, I didn't say that. I said that it's odd that she represents Minnesota, an American province, and she's saying that her president is indeed the president of Somalia. That's odd.
If that's what's going on in that clip, I would say that that's pretty bad. I don't think senators should venerate foreign country officials.
So why don't we do this? Because I don't have time to replay it, and I don't want to bore everyone to death with the translator. But after this, let's put a translator up next to that clip playing, me and you.
Yeah.
And then we can verify between each other.
Let's do it. I'm an objective facts kind of guy. Everybody likes to say that I say facts don't care about your feelings, and let's find out what she said. And
you had a good take on this Elon government spending transparency thing, right?
Sure.
What is your take on this? Should Elon Musk take control of the budget and understand where the hell our money is going, or is that a danger to democracy?
I know that your audience is really bullish on Elon, so I'm going to just say, for the most part, I've liked everything that he's done. I think investigating fraud and bad spending in the U.S. government is a good thing. I did say it's a little worrying that the richest man in the world sort of got to step in on the government and say, actually, let me take a look at all this, and paused government spending that was approved by Congress, circumventing our entire system. But I'm all for what's best. So if it all works out, that's great. I'm just a little worried about later on down the line. Elon accepts government subsidies. Elon accepts tax breaks for his companies. It's just impossible for somebody like that to divest their interests.
With that frame of thought, wouldn't you be able to retroactively question George Soros and Bill Gates' control of our information and government systems then as well?
I have a rule in political discussion, which is that anytime somebody mentions George Soros, he's completely lost his mind.
Why is that?
I just think that he's like overblown. It's like a myth. He's probably never done anything.
Well, at very minimum, George owns Associated Press.
Sure.
And Associated Press owns 95% of all the media.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, 99% of the legacy media, right?
99% of the legacy
He doesn't
media.
own you.
Yeah. And also, Elon's not the richest guy in the world.
People
not
say
the richest guy. People say it, doesn't make it true.
Well, if you have the title, you have a little bit of the clout. You know, he probably didn't have any trouble taking out a bank loan with the title "richest man."
You know, I can understand what you're like. Oh, it's a rich guy. We don't trust him, right? I could, I guess I could understand that.
Sure.
And the reason why I can't just blindly trust Elon is because the Neuralink deal.
Neuralink deal's scary. I mean, what has Elon done to earn anybody's trust? He lied about being good at Path to Exile 2.
Lied about what?
Being good at Path of Exile 2. You didn't hear about that?
Explain yourself.
He was like, I'm one of the best gamers in the world at this new game that had just come out. And then he did a live stream of himself playing it, and it was awful. I mean, he was clicking on grayed out options. He didn't have any keyboard shortcuts.
Oh my God, Jeremy, your straw man is killing me. So you're talking about his gaming. His gaming game is bad.
If he's comfortable lying about video games, what else is he?
Oh my God, bro.
Huh? Can anyone answer me that?
So get back to the question. Is it bad or good for Elon to put the government budget into a transparent light so people can see where their money's being sent to?
Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Government transparency is amazing. I think it's worrying that somebody got to grab the reins without being a part of the system, but maybe that's what the system needs. So I'm on a wait and see. I'm optimistic. I want things to go well in the country. What happens when Elon Musk sets his sights to, space travel budget and the whole thing goes to SpaceX? Will you have anything to say about that?
I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah, they don't like me.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the idea that we can push back against finding out where our money's been being sent. I'm trying to understand how you've gotten so far lost. I'm
saying that's a good thing. I'm worried about the process by which somebody can come and take the reins from the U.S. government. This is like a new thing that I'm worried about.
It is not new. Like the names that I mentioned, you just like immediately when you say Soros, I can't listen to you. That's not worth conversation. That's bullshit.
Sure.
Because Soros is in control of a lot of stuff.
In the
and
government?
So you just shutting down the idea of my conversation to you talking about Soros is a cop-out and bullshit. And honestly, your side needs to understand that your people, Bill Gates and Soros, have been in control for fucking decades.
Been in control of branches of the federal government.
Yes. What do you think?
But not so overtly.
What was Soros' son doing at the White House 23 times?
What?
Why did he go there 23 times?
Isaac, what was Soros' son? Is Isaac our Jamie? Isaac, can you look that up? What was George Soros doing 23 times or whatever?
He was just meeting Biden. He was having inside meetings with Biden to control the narrative. These are the things that we need to think logically about, right? And to just basically not even listen to me because I mentioned the most powerful names behind the system for the last few decades is really cutting yourself off from the context of the larger situation at hand right now.
Okay. I mean, you're probably right about that. I'm sorry, Drew. You know how it is. I used to work for Amazon. Someone would come up to me and they'd be like, let me tell you, man, George Soros is all right, man.
Well, okay. So the people that come up to you, they're usually missing teeth, right? And then so you have a hard time believing them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, as your friend, that the system was already captured.
Sure.
Now it has been captured by the other side.
That sounds great. If Elon Musk exposes the government's fraudulent spending, reins in the budget, and sets things on the right path, I'm obviously not anti that. Somebody in the chat said he looks like Tom Selleck's missing chromosomes, and that's funny. That's good.
All right. So now that we've got that out of the way, and we are going to dig into this more, Jeremy, I think the next step for you is me and you are going to do a deep dive together on when seed oils were implemented into the United States and then the organization that bought out the medical industrial complex at the same time.
What are the good oils? Avocado oil, palm oil?
I love avocado oil.
Me too. I use it in a lot of
palm oil, not so much. The reason why I don't like palm oil is because, all these climate, freaks that want to say that we're just ruining the environment by existing. They utilize substances that are filled with palm oil. Yeah. And a large reason why a lot of the forests have been burned to the ground or harvested is for this palm oil, right? Okay. Now, palm oil and the production and preparation for it is probably one of the most destructive things that we have done, besides plastic and, having massive natural disasters. Palm oil is a very, very destructive thing to, be putting in all of our products. Avocado oil is great.
Yeah.
The price might go up if Mexico doesn't want to play ball, though. I will say that.
My price is going up across the board. I saw some eggs this morning at the grocery store. I can't afford eggs.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can't. Actually, all my assets are not liquid. They're all in MinSwap and trading cards.
But you got to hold that snake till you die.
I'm 100% with you on that, but all my assets are not liquid, so I can't afford solids. I'm starving over here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wordplay.
Coconut oil, very good. I like coconut oil as well. Now let's get into Basura Bros. Came here for Chainlink. If you're coming in live, I covered Chainlink at the front end of the show. You continue to listen, absolutely. Chainlink just hooked up with Ondo in the past, and now we see Ondo rolling out its own Ondo Chain. Might be why they hooked up with Chainlink as an oracle to connect to the rest of the entire ecosystem. This is insane. Today, Ondo is announcing their new Layer 1 blockchain purpose-built for institutional-grade real-world assets. Designs advisors for the chain include new members of Ondo ecosystem: Franklin Templeton, Wellington Management, Wisdom Tree, and Google Cloud. ABN AMRO, Aon, and McKinsey. The Ondo ecosystem already includes notable industry leaders such as BlackRock, PayPal, and Morgan Stanley. So Ondo, this is a big damn move to be rolling out their own Layer 1. I am very, very happy that Ondo is, I think it's in between like Trump coin and Ondo kind of flip on being my number 2 holding.
Sure.
Because Trump is very volatile, just like the man himself. Very volatile meme coin. But Ondo is one of my bigger holdings. Seeing it roll out its own Layer 1, very, very exciting. Now, and a lot of people think that I'm crazy when I'm talking about Ondo. We could be looking, I feel like I'm looking at a to-be $50 billion market cap project.
100%.
Right? You think so too?
100%.
Like, how can they see all these things happen? All of this massive institutional interest in building out with BlackRock and all these huge players and not see Ondo reaching $50 billion, really?
And your next story here in a second is going to prove that too. That has the possibility of hitting 50 billion, if not more.
100%. I mean, Trump is out here stacking this stuff. He knows what's coming. Look at this. Trump his World Liberty Fi acquired $470,000 worth of Ondo overnight. And no, they did not sell them. I already covered that they didn't sell them. They sent them to Coinbase to custody. Now, what we have here is Ondo global markets looking pretty incredible. This is like Robinhood for every asset class. I want to highlight something here because this is basically like Wall Street, but you can now stake. Imagine if you could stake your Tesla. Imagine if you could earn yield on your Tesla.
My Nvidia. I bought Nvidia in 2000 and let me get this year right. 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good.
Absolutely. Like, this is a completely new way to approach finance. They're leveraging the staking value of crypto. And really, if we're sitting here saying that Ondo, like, you want to be bullish on Ondo, but think that it's only going to double in market cap right now, you're kind of a fool. You're kind of a fool because these are the largest players on the planet setting up infrastructure to put the entire Wall Street system access on chain. This is absolutely crazy to see. Where is Ondo's price right now? I feel like buying more on the day. It's so funny, like it's selling off during the Ondo summit.
Yeah, no.
People are like, oh my God, the top is in. Sell the news, you guys. Maybe we'll be lucky to double someday.
No, fear is high. That means it's time to buy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's in place. Like they hear the news and it seems like almost too good to be true because we're so beat down in crypto, not being able to believe in the utility of crypto. And that's the thing where people are going wrong. They spent the last 8 years watching the SEC arbitrage utility away and out of crypto. And now we have Paul Atkins, who is from Securitize, works with Middle and Ondo's product, that are literally about to take control of the SEC. Okay. Now, when we see these things happening, to say, oh man, maybe Ondo has the chance to hit $8 billion market cap, like you're going to sell this asset and you're going to lose your mind when you see it actually go to. Did we go out? Did our stream die?
Nope, we have not gone out once. Everything's
I
all
did
good.
say a lot of bad words today.
Yeah, I know. We're not, our monetization's off right now, so we're chilling. You can't ban us, YouTube.
Yeah. Now, and I just want to reemphasize that. Like there's all this pain, all this worry about altcoin season over. I keep getting all these texts of people that are kind of new to the sector. Like, did I miss it? Is that it? Literally, we're seeing the future of how money is going to be transferred, built out on an institutional and government level. Pat McCrutch, that's my pops right there.
Yeah.
Now,
I still, I feel a little bad for banning him the other day.
no, don't. He's great.
I'll
He's
do it
great.
again.
Yeah, he's great. Bitcoin, look, it's falling to $96,800 and people are losing their minds. Let's look at this
Great
range.
time to buy Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. My mom's hit me up. She's like, she's ready to hammer buy. My mom's hammer buying Bitcoin right now.
Be careful with that kind of stuff, Drew. She could lose her Roth IRA retirement plan.
What are you talking about? No, she doesn't. She has a government retirement plan.
Oh, great.
And honestly, like for investors that have a long-term outlook and they want to not lose money and they want to lean into where the world is going and they don't watch the charts day in and day out like we do.
Yeah.
Just buying Bitcoin is the simplest and best move to make.
$15 a week. You put some in whenever you have an extra $100, $200, and then suddenly you can't eat anymore like me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just absolutely crazy. Like, Jesus, my dad is so funny.
You are banned.
That would be good for Isaac.
Sorry, Pops. You're banned for a minute.
Oh my God, bro. And also, you can put your Bitcoin in a Roth IRA, as someone's highlighting. We actually might have a partner coming up that is a Roth IRA. And IRAs are amazing because you pay tax on the way in, you don't pay it on the way out.
Yeah.
Right. So if you pay tax on the way in with Bitcoin and then you hold it for 20, 30 years, you don't got to pay taxes on the way out. And who freaking knows what happens then? That's going to be
great. You remember Will Ferrell describing it to those like rappers in that movie or whatever? He was like, you got to get your assets right for retirement. You're like doing drugs. Selling
Absolutely, man. Now we're going to talk about AI agents because there's a lot of pain on the markets. Woo! Me and Kelly were talking about it yesterday. He did not double down. Instead, he just went into his conviction plays, Ondo, Chainlink, and Aerodrome, which I thought was great. But I do think that some of these AI agents are going to come back and some of them are going to die. And one of the clear winners that we are seeing right now on the bounce back is Anon. Keep burning your Solana on farms and rugs every single day, people, but Anon is bouncing back pretty damn aggressively. Graphane just under it. AI
bad.
XBT is getting hurt right now. Where's your Graphane at, Isaac?
My Graphane at here. I'm gonna just go ahead and pull it up while I get the chance to. Give me just 1 second if I could find it. I'm just gonna say it because I'm like struggling.
I'll pull
to
it
find
up
this
for
thing.
you.
Yeah. But it's down what on the day? It's down 18% at $145 million market cap. That's good pull. Yeah, it's pretty bad, at least from where my buy is. But overall, I was thinking about buying more tomorrow.
What's your average at like 2 now?
My average is at what? What was this at? Like
because you did the original one at 3.
Did my original at 3. My next one was 2, 200 million, and then
so
I'm
about
probably
2.5.
Yeah, it's about 2.5. So it's not bad.
Dude, you're.
I'm doing great. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's definitely like it's looking iffy.
A little bit.
It's looking iffy.
It scared me for a minute.
But you know what? Like, what's your opinion of the product? Do you see the product as because we know and we use AI XPT, and AI XPT is also getting bludgeoned, right?
Yeah.
Is the product of Graphane good enough to really keep the hype going and to go into utility, do you think?
If they keep doing what they're doing and like, adding more features to their product, it's overall a really good product. I have to, use it again here soon, but it'll keep it alive. The AI sector, the AI agent sector is overlooked right now, I think. And we've had like the meme coin cycle already. We've had RWA cycle. And
we have not had the RWA.
We haven't had
yet.
like a full one. We saw a little bit when Ondo and Chainlink had their
that was a
little
baby
moments.
round.
That was
that
baby
was shit.
Yeah.
In comparison to AI, it's reason like look, AI XPT went from like fractions of a penny up to nearly $1 a unit.
Yeah.
This is when they were all geniuses, all those vape cabal people were having so much fun. It's fallen back down. AI XBT, this is kind of a make or break moment. AI XBT is one of the bigger ones. And really like at my rate, like I consolidated, I'd stopped really messing. I might have a couple AI projects laying around, but honestly, I consolidated to heavy into like Ondo, Plume, Chainlink, Aerodrome, just the stuff that I like and know and that I see coming. But I will not be surprised to see these things bounce back. But this cooldown, this is where legends can be made. If you have conviction and you know which AI bot is going to be the strongest or the one that's holding the most mind share, this chart on AI XBT, the last time I checked, AI XBT had absolute control over the mind share of AI agents. And seeing this, I mean, honestly, I feel like I wish I had like more. I've deployed a ton last weekend when in that huge crash. If I get paid quick enough, I'm actually kind of enticed by this chart. I'm actually kind of enticed by it.
Top 3 AI agents, though, are going to be the AI XPT, Virtuals, and Graphane, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to start watching Anon a little bit more, I think. I think we should start watching Anon a little bit more. Seeing the bounce like this, there might be some action there. So Jupiter did get hacked last night as well. Hopefully no one out there clicked the links that were on their website or their Twitter. This is kind of scary, though. In short, the Twitter security measures were stringent and implemented properly at every level. And further, all Jupiter projects and team members were safe and no funds or info were ever at risk. The account takeover was completed without triggering any email notifications. Very strange, and we're still trying to figure out what happened. They had all of these different, security measures already in place. So if they had such tight security, how did it happen? They have an idea. They're still waiting for confirmation, but it is quite unlikely that it was due to a security lapse on their end. Here's why they say the hacker was able to temporarily lock them out of their account by changing the password or email. Normally, if the either email or password is changed by a user, an email notification is sent to the account owner's previous email, and in their case, forwarded to multiple people for redundancy, which is what they had. They had multiple people in control of this, kind of like what we do, right? However, no email notification was sent whatsoever. We even checked the Google Workplace audit logs in case the hacker had accessed our email and deleted that notification, but there was nothing. Right now, we do not know how the attacker took over the account without triggering any notifications, but we don't think it's via straightforward hack or a personal or organizational account. We are currently in the process of chasing down every single loose end possibly, and we'll send the full postmortem log when we can. Now, here is where the hillbilly in me wins. Because we have all of these wonderful little technological fail-safes in crypto. But with a cold storage device, such as the one that we're sponsored by, here we go. Get yourself a cold storage wallet. This comes with a sheet of paper where you create your own seed phrase. This piece of paper that has your own seed phrase, do not, for the love of God, take a picture of it. Do not put it anywhere on the internet. Here is my simple suggestion. Get a lock or like one of those time capsule boxes.
Yep.
Bury it. Bury the damn thing in the ground. Okay? This is my suggestion. Your house could burn down and the piece of paper could burn, right? You could have all sorts of things happen. You're more than likely going to be okay if you bury the seed phrase in a place that you will find accessibility to and keep your seed phrase off of the internet. This is how you can become your own bank and essentially become a impenetrable vault for your crypto assets. Operational security is extremely important in crypto, but also in real life, right? With our bank accounts and everything like this. As the bull market begins to heat up in 2025, and then the world realizes crypto is here to stay and America is buying it in 2026, 2027, keep that shit off the internet. Do not put your seed phrase on the internet. Bury it, put it away. A flood could come, the flood will go away, and you'll go get your seed phrase. A fire could burn the on top ground. You can go in there after the fire and get your seed phrase. You could get robbed. No robber is going to go through and take an excavator around all of the land that you have to find that damn. Or you could even choose a random spot in the forest, right? The opportunities are endless with this. But operational security is very, very important. So click the link in our description, use code BASE10, and keep your crypto safe from all of these scammers out there that want to steal it from you, because this is the future. Now, Solana Network, shout out to you, Isaac.
Yes, sir.
Avoids block production outage for an entire year for the first time in history.
I like that a lot.
And this in contrast to yesterday's XRP outage, right? So, good to see Solana making its moves, staying up and afloat. There's been a lot of transactions on it. If you think about it, with that Trump coin rollout, that was the biggest test in all of crypto history on any chain. It kept working. So there's something to be said for that. Now, Ethereum supply has grown by 455,000 Ethereum since April 2024, returning to pre-London upgrade levels from 2021. The shift has effectively ended its deflationary trend. Can it return? In my opinion, unlikely. Now we have a bunch of layer 2s utilizing Ethereum without having to go through the direct source of it. And Base has essentially captured Ethereum and dancing on its grave.
Pretty much.
So, with this, I think institutions are going to be using Ethereum in a very big way. They don't care about paying a $500 gas fee when things get hot to move around $10 billion. They don't care about that. But for the average, user, the person that's just going in and out of tokens, those costs hurt, right? So that's where you see the layer twos find their move. Isaac's favorite coin is XRP. When did that happen?
banned.
Oh my God.
It never happened.
XRP to 10K.
Oh my! Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. And also, if you're out there trading, I am building out a trading bot. Some pretty cool connections. It's helping me sleep well at night with this trading bot. Trade with us on BTCC, new exchange with a great platform, great use case, and I really enjoy the team. And I'm very excited to roll out the trading competition. So make sure to get signed up on that and get ready for the trading competitions. I want to see who out there is going to win this Rolex and it's Tesla, because there's some shit coming. Now, right here, Flux went live trading on Kraken FX. Flux is one of the better, true, old school, good AI projects. Doc's team, I've met the team in Bitcoin Nashville. Extremely, extremely good team and good AI project. I want to see what the price is. Maybe we got an opportunity on Flux as well in this downturn. Let's see what we got. 35 cents. This is great.
That's beautiful.
I'm a little psychotic saying that this is great. Honestly,
some people are pretty upset.
I love this shit. Look at this. The bottom of this range is like 31 cents. It's at 35 cents. You're essentially buying the bottom end of the range. One of the best projects out there. Number 301. It's a little deeper in terms of size of market cap. And I think some insane upside potential for Flux. So, because it's still in my mind that RWAs and AI are going to be the biggest winners. It's just about who's got the guts to hold them. And on XRP, I completely agree with Array DOS. $5.89, probably $5.89. That's what it probably meant.
I agree.
Now, Polymarket. Talking about NASA and their 1.9% chance that a large asteroid will strike Earth in 2032. Up from 1.6% yesterday.
Nice.
Polymarket's going to bet on this shit. They're going to bet on this shit. So,
And then pump that funds.
what
next.
happens if you bet on it happening and then you win and it does happen? You don't really get paid. It's kind of a one-sided deal here, right?
I mean, depends on where the asteroid hits, right? You probably get 2 or 3 days where the United States is just covered in ash if it lands on the other side of the world, where we all get suffocated. By the
So what, you cash out as the mushroom cloud and the tidal wave is on its way to you?
Yeah.
And what do you do with that then? You go to the casino, strip club? What do you do?
I guess you would probably buy guns.
The guns aren't going to do anything if an asteroid hit.
I guess you would probably buy a farm.
Probably a boat. A boat. But that still probably wouldn't give you that long. You die knowing that you won. That is something. Shout out to that crypto.
You take your profits and just look into the mushroom cloud as you disintegrate.
I mean, that is what happened in Uncut Gems.
Oh my God. Asteroid hits and Jeremy is still playing Magic for the lulz.
I wish I played more Magic. It's all Lorcana and Star Wars Unlimited these days.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what it is that you do. Star Wars card games, Lorcana, right?
Is a Disney card game.
And these things apparently have value. You keep telling me how much money you're making with selling these.
I do pretty good. So it used to be that if you won a Magic tournament, they would give you money. Now, if you win a trading card game tournament, they give you promotional cards, which at first was a system I was really anti, but I've been selling the promotional cards for more than I ever made playing Magic the Gathering, so I guess I don't mind it that much.
Yeah. Check out this new Nissan. Look at this, the GTR 36.
I love a GTR.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Is this a concept car?
I think it might actually be
is.
coming out. Is it concept?
It looks like a concept car because of the logo.
Let's see here. I want to find out if this thing's coming out. I know TJ is he's kind of over having a GTR a little bit.
I'll take it.
Low key. This thing looks sick though.
Yeah, I think these are mainly concepts.
Mainly concept. Which car? Light power, less system. Let's see here. Next generation Nissan GTR. Not the car Mr. GTR, former chief engineer Mizunoto would build. Race engineer, philosophy, yada, yada, yada. I need to find out if this thing's actually coming out.
If it's electric, you can hang yourself. Sorry. My bad.
Does look cool though, right?
It does.
Does look cool. Now, We got to talk about some stuff. I got a lot. I'm flying through. Look at this. A picture worth 1,000 words. Here's the, Taliban or whatever with U.S. aid insulation behind them in their new construction.
Why do you think those guys are Taliban?
The rocket launcher in the khakis or like the sweatpants kind of give a hint. And then this guy's like, I could see his socks.
Yeah.
While he's wearing some shitty fatigues.
Right.
And the beard. The beard, I'm just kind of combining all these things.
He gives Al Qaeda.
Think Al Qaeda?
Yeah.
Taliban or Al Qaeda?
Leave it up to the chat. Is it the Taliban or is it Al Qaeda? Come on.
Yeah. Nissan. Nissan, they were gonna go bankrupt. Weren't they bought out by like Honda or something? Or it was like a merger?
Possibly merger.
I think so. Yeah, we were covering them on their Fritz. I think they worked out a merger with, I believe, Honda. So they might still be able to exist. Not so much for the Taliban. Now,
Jeremy, those are clearly Navy SEALs.
Look, yeah, of course.
What better disguise, right?
Jeez. It's the CIA.
Yeah,
right?
It's probably CIA, probably the Marines.
So this is interesting. You have pears grown in Argentina, packed in Thailand.
What a journey.
Yeah, look at this. So what, are you saying that they're, produced here, go completely across the largest body of water on the planet on the long way, and then come back to the United States? And then this is the part that made me laugh. And you're wanting to stop me from farting. A cow butts into the conversation. Really? The cow's the problem when we're sitting here doing this with a package of pears? Unreal. Now, here's a potential. As a former police officer and biggest law enforcement influencer on the internet, Donut Operator is standing behind someone like Brandon Herrera or Blake Masters. As the ATF director, we need someone who will be aggressive in tearing down unconstitutional bullshit, not a career bureaucrat. I would love to see Brandon Herrera take over the ATF position. Oh my gosh. And I want to know in the chat, who would you think would be awesome to lead the ATF? Brandon Herrera is an option. We could have Gun Drummer. Mm-hmm. Gun Drummer's a great option as well. But let me know who you think would be the best person to lead the ATF and dismantle their unconstitutional movements that they've been doing for the last 20 years. Now, President Trump and his peace plan for Ukraine has been leaked per the Daily Mail. A ceasefire proposed by April 20th. 420, bro.
Nice.
Will they get baked out there if that happens? Right?
Everybody does.
Ooh, people are putting in votes for me. I would love to lead the ATF. Put a name in for me. Come on, let's go. Mussolini. Jesus. All right. Ukraine would be barred from joining NATO. Very bullish to stop World War III. Ukraine would recognize Russian sovereignty over annexed lands and withdraw troops from Kursk. Demilitarized zone policed by European troops with no U.S. involvement. Very good. Make them pay for policing their own places. $486 billion in reconstruction assistance funded by, not America, the EU. The timeline shows peace talks beginning in early February. It looks like Europe's going to have to float the bill to wipe up the mess of which they created. Now, Google is also planning to invest $75 billion into AI. In the meta side, I'm probably going to get a new version of these glasses.
Hell yeah.
When this happens. I love having these glasses. Everyone's like, aren't you worried about Meta seeing it? No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Alexa. I'm not worried about anyone listening to me. Like, if they really want to come after me for saying things that are the truth, fine. So be it. You know what I mean? That mentality of being afraid and living under a rock is how we got into this situation in the first place. So stop it. Okay. We're not going to live forever. Fight for a better tomorrow for your kids. For God's sakes. Colin Noor would be a good one. That's a good call. Warrior Poet. I met Warrior Poet in this building one time.
No.
Actually?
Yes. I was setting up the stream. He walks into the room in full kit with an AR-15 in his hand.
That was scary.
Oh my God. I loved it.
Direction.
That was just like, he was so cool. I was surprised by how tall he was. Not very tall. Not very tall at all, but that guy's.
That must be what the AR-15's for.
Oh, okay. No, he's a weapon even without the AR-15.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy is freaking awesome. I think Warrior Poet or Brandon Herrera, maybe Garon Thumb. Garon Thumb would be a good one.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Someone said that in chat. That's funny.
But essentially, we see Meta leaning into AI more, and these companies are going to lean more and more into AI. It's going to be a hotter topic as we go into 2025's end portion, 2026. It's not going to stop. And we're going to see, I watched a kind of a documentary on Greenland, And this guy's like, look at the ice melting. Oh my God, it's getting so hot out here. What are you going to do? You're going to block out the sun? Really? Like, we're in a solar maximum right now. We had a solar minimum, which created the ice age. Now we're in a solar maximum. As humans, what are we going to block out the sun to stop it from happening?
Yes.
Mr. Burns style.
Yeah. What happens that we saw this doesn't end well when we try to play God.
Withers, release the hounds.
It's just so insane. Now we are going to cover some, of my broader thoughts, but don't end up like this. Don't end up like this. The dark side of crypto that not many people talk about openly. This is Anon_RIP. The past 3 years feels entirely wasted. To be honest, I was 28. This year, he's going to be 32 years old. No job, no wife, no kids, no generational wealth. Like I promised myself that it would all be worth it for doing. Basically ignoring the wife, ignoring the kid goal, trying to just become some yacht-bearing, vape cabal member.
Poon Slayer,
right? It's not worth it. You end up with nothing. And the real wealth in life is legacy. The kids, the family, the feelings that you leave with at the end of the day, when you're dead and they remember you, good or bad, that's what matters. Not the size of your crypto bags, not how much you're able to flex on your selfies on crypto Twitter or Instagram. None of that shit matters when you're dead. What matters when you're dead is how your kids feel about the time that you gave them here on the planet. How your wife feels that you treated her while you were alive here on the planet. That's what actually matters. So I'm going to talk about the larger cycle risk that we're facing right now and what people need to pay attention to. The new super cycle risk. This is a great sentiment that was kind of, someone tagged me in this, that someone else feels the same way I do. He did a great write-up on it. After multiple cycles showing diminishing returns in the same bear market, most are betting on conservative targets and a long bear market to buy the dip later. Yes, betting on this time is different, is risky, and not something to solely bet on. But the line is getting tighter, while fundamentals are drastically improving. This is the thing. The fundamentals, the institutional adoption, the retail understanding, all of these things that we've hoped and dreamed of having in 2020 and 2021 are literally in front of our faces right now. And people are worried that we're going to enter another bear market already. It's so insane. Many long-term successful assets have had similar diminishing return lines and multiple cycles, like Apple before the iPhone or Nvidia before AI boom. At some point, something fundamentally changed and they became just more of that potential. The risk of being fully in stables and cash after our 4-year cycle alt season grows with each cycle. What if Bitcoin doesn't give the usual massive dip or breaks the diminishing returns line? You don't have to bet on it now, but it's important to be prepared and have triggers to watch as the probability of the scenario increases. The reason why the scenario probability is increasing so exponentially is because of the strategic reserve that is, in my opinion, going to be implemented by the United States. They're going to be hammer buying 200,000 Bitcoin per year beginning in 2026. If we expect a 70% decline in Bitcoin during that season happening, we're fooling ourselves. We're fooling ourselves, and that is copium, hoping that this asset that already has been talked about as being the most finite form of value that we have on the planet outside, you have oil, which is difficult to get out of the ground. You have gold, which they're finding massive mines full of. Bitcoin and the use of proof of work in a digital format. What do we think AI systems are going to recognize as value? Printed fiat or a digital asset, a commodity that took a verifiable amount of time to mine and essentially create, thus costing money and resources to do? Which is more valuable, right? Now, I'm not saying to go all in on Bitcoin after this alt season, but it's worrying how confident everyone is in selling everything at 120K and buying back lower without considering a Bitcoin surprise. Imagine spending 5 to 10 years in crypto and ending up fully sidelined when the Bitcoin super cycle finally starts. Bitcoin, not altcoin. This is probably a fact. Once Bitcoin starts this super cycle, maybe this cycle, or maybe over the next 5 years, most here will either be fully sidelined or completely in vaporware altcoins. This is so damn important. All of these things are happening tangibly in front of our eyes right now. Yes, I feel like this altcoin season is going to be great. Yes, I feel like altcoins at large are going to go down by 90% after this year. And with that, please, for the love of God, and I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm speaking out loud to myself, obviously, right? Bitcoin, guns, real estate, vehicles. Okay. Bitcoin, guns, real estate, and vehicles. Those are the things where the power plays are made. And if we can stay based and focused on translating out of the vaporware or even the more tangible products back into Bitcoin and then let the cycle repeat, then you get to go speculate on decentralized science next cycle, because that's coming next cycle. We've heard a little bit about decentralized science this time. Once we see these systems actually be rolled out, AI is able to be implemented at a larger scale with corporate level, then you're going to see decentralized science become very, very important. So with that being said, this is the graph showing the comparison of the S&P 500, NVIDIA before the AI boom, Bitcoin right there. Everyone's saying, oh my gosh, the top's in. This is Bitcoin. And here's Apple before the iPhone. Okay, so just think about these things logically. We are, in my opinion, honestly, if you're backed up and looking at this, which you should be in a longer term frame of mind, we are very early. There's plenty of opportunity left still to grab. You just have to be very focused and brave. When you see the world changing, you have to take action and you have to hold strong through massive dips such as we see today, and buy the murder, not the blood, buy the murder on the altcoin markets. Turn that into higher levels of Satoshis and hold that Satoshi until the day you die. Pass it on to your kids and solidify your family's generational wealth and prosperity. This is the time to do it. And this is a generational trade opportunity that we're seeing over the next 5 years. Jeremy, what you got?
If you're looking for more of me, then just check out Zan Syed's YouTube channel. We just released episode 30 of the Club Lorcana podcast.
How do you spell it?
ZANSYED. That's it.
YED.
He's the genius. He's the best Lorcana player.
This is you.
Anyone looking for high level strat? That's me.
That's you. You got a tan.
That's my best friend Zan.
I'm just kidding.
Here, scroll down a little more at the videos. There you go.
There
That's
you
me.
are.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I told you.
Oh my gosh. Look
There
at
I
you.
am talking.
Dirk Diggler himself.
Well, I was making fun of my friend who also has a mustache.
Yeah, you guys are rocking it, man. This is the look. Don't you dare let go of this mustache. Please.
It's a 3-day stash. Day 3.
Such a disappointment. All right. Well, with that being said, you guys, I'm having fun. These are the days I love hosting the show. I know probably I don't even know what the views are. Make sure to smash the like. For the savages that have the balls to be buying crypto when it's down, and for the people that are actually going to make it in life, they're here. They're showing out right now. Make sure to smash the like and stay focused, okay? This world is changing at breakneck speed. We're going to see quantitative easing. We're going to see interest rates come back. We're going to see all of the crazy stuff that really the average person isn't paying attention to. Now is the time to make these moves. I love and appreciate every single one of you out there watching the show. My pops, Pat McCrotch, Super Nerf, Baden Tradfi, C90FTW, The Deadwood, Crypto Naughty, Mr. Mark, Drew P-Balls. Oh my God, Era Doss. Is that Aiden?
That's Alden, yeah.
Alden. Blasnik. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And you guys are really the beef of how I make this steak happen. So when it comes to crypto, when it comes to world news, I'm so glad that you joined me to get the download every single day here on the show. Make sure to share it out on the internet. We're growing like crazy, and I can't wait to see this thing go over 100,000 viewers or 100,000 subscribers. And the voice of reason and true American prosperity is going to go far and wide with your help. So with that, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.